Yeah, I still say it sucks that the internet's slower here. Well, not slower. The upload speed is like really slow.
Looks like we're out of reefer. Oh no. No, 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 no.
It's like if you get 200 megabytes, you only get 5 megabytes upload speed. So just let that sink in for a minute. How much that sucks. I was looking at the thing where where they have the gigabyte internet speed.
Yeah.
Well, it's not in my area, but if it was in my area, the provider that would provide it has it listed on their website that 1 gigabyte download speed will give you 30 megabytes upload speed. If I were to get
Okay.
the freaking gigabyte speed internet speed, I would barely be able to stream 1080p. Oh, let that sink in for a minute. This area is not kind to streamers.
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. The only problem is everywhere you go in the United States, there's only like one service provider, and everywhere you go in the United States, that service provider will provide like really, really low upload speed. Even with a good upload speed is like 15 megabytes upload speed with a 300 megabytes download speed plan. That's considered a good speed for upload. How about in
The
the
hell
UK?
happened there?
What? The turrets.
Oh yeah.
You forgot we have
Forgot.
turrets.
I was finding dead pterodons all around the outside yesterday. Pterodons, seriously.
I'm really worried about the stream. I'm looking over and it says that it's got yellow on memory. It's also got yellow on upload speed, but that's to be expected. Um, where is? Wow, that was loud. You took a nice heavy breath into your mic. All right, what are we doing here? All right, Dragon, what do you want me on? Do you want me on trying to find a man for our Rexes, or should I be trying to get more cementing paste? What do you think?
Could do a male Rex.
Alrighty. Well, you know how we're gonna do that. Hop on Artoria and let's rock and roll. I'll double back for kibble once I actually confirm that there's a Rex worth taming. No point in wasting the expiration timer on kibble.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just surrounded it with spike walls and then came back.
Might be a little more dangerous on Carno Island to do that, but I still laugh how
That's where I was.
Bill's like, oh yeah, no, nothing ever spawns on this island. This island's perfectly safe. And every time I've teleported here, there's been like a what the shit? Huh. That's a new one.
What's that?
A green and blue Alpha T Rex.
Oh,
That's new. You think I can kill it?
level is it?
Uh, level 8. It
Should
matches.
be alright.
It matches me in health. It's got like 20k health, like my Rex does.
What's this attack?
I have not a
This
fucking
is
clue.
yours.
I deal around 7k damage a bite. So it should take me 3 bites to kill this Rex. I don't
Alright.
think the Alpha T Rex deals that. I think I've got it beat hardcore on DPS, and health I match it. That Alpha T-Rex moves really damn fast, though, doesn't it?
Alphas do, yeah.
Oh, especially the Alpha T-Rex, because of just how big it is, mixed with the movement speed. I wonder if... Hang on. Do I still have the audio mix? Yeah, I have game audio lower. Just making sure that I'm not blasting anyone watching's eardrums. That's something I couldn't figure out for the longest time when I first streamed, was trying to figure out how to get the game audio to not be way louder than I was speaking. Because a lot of game settings, like if you turn it down to the lowest possible setting, it's still too loud.
Yeah, your first videos.
Whoa! Oh yeah, I
Hey,
forgot.
the sound effects.
Ow, freaking... Okay. Artoria, please deal with this. Oh. I forgot that the Alpha T-Rex makes you deal less damage, so it took a bit more bites than I thought it would, but I'm barely scratched, so... That wasn't that hard.
We're good.
Yeah. There we go. Alpha T-Rex is dead. Now my movement speed is crippled because of freaking Logan's Carno TLC mod that he wanted to have. God, that lasts way too long. Can I just mention that? That lasts a solid 30 seconds or more.
Oh, the Carno.
The Carno slowing your movement speed down to a crawl.
Yeah.
It says it's only 10 seconds, but if you actually try to do any kind of movement for the next 30 seconds or more, you can't sprint or anything. You're just crawling, basically. That's a nice Carno.
Oh, I went over to Snow the other day, and all along the front there was just fucking Utis and Carnos. And mammoths battling.
Oh god, that has to suck.
A lot of them. I had to go inland to get that mammoth away up.
Yeah, those Utis are everywhere, aren't they?
It's the only one that wasn't getting attacked by flipping Carnos.
At least mammoths are a bit easier to find higher levels because of the, how many that spawn. There needs to be a thing for, like, stuff that spawns less often to spawn at a higher level more. Because the amount of times that something that rarely spawns and it spawns at level 4, and you're like, wow, I would love to get a 150 of this. Good luck with that. That's going to take a lot of just killing everything, running in circles, killing everything, running in circles. It gets so redundant after a while.
Yeah, I was looking for a short supremacist yesterday. We saw one.
I know, right? When we first logged in, there were so many of them.
79. Bearing in mind, my highest level is 510. So I took a my notice.
Remember when we first loaded the server up, and there were just so many of those Megalodon Supremacists everywhere? Like, they were everywhere. Nowadays, I never really see them. Yeah, I haven't seen any for a long time. It's almost as if when the server first loads, you get the ones that spawn, and once those are dead, you're done. There's no more Supremacists on the entire map. I'm getting really annoyed because these birds have really nice colors.
Yeah, some nice colours over there yesterday, but they were really low level.
Same here, they're all low level. Are you?
I was looking for a male.
Huh. I wonder what happened to these Carnos, that they're just dead in the water, just chilling. Excuse me, I don't think that's a... It says it's a coelacanth, and I'm looking at this giant fin poking out of the water, and I'm like, that is one big coelacanth. It's a Megalodon minoris. Ugh. I didn't know they got that big. The little tiny fish. Man, imagine getting a fishing rod and getting one of those. Oh my god.
I found the ascendant fishing rod on my single player today. Quite happy about that.
Yeah, you like your fishing, don't you?
Yeah, normal rods don't really last that long though.
I mean,
Can't fire 'em
we have a
seconds.
beehive. Isn't honey the best? Isn't honey the
Never
best bait?
tried
Or oh,
honey. I've tried sap and leech blood.
I'm pretty sure honey is the best best for fishing.
Or
I might be wrong on
the
that.
blood that you get from death worms. Is that leech blood? Can't remember.
Yeah, you get leech blood from death worms
Yeah.
because they didn't
Which
feel like
one's
adding
not
worm
true?
blood.
Sap, not so good. Leech blood, good.
They really need to think of a better thing for leech blood because they keep adding stuff to the game that drops leech blood that isn't leeches. And this is the third blue drop in a row that has had a metal wall blueprint. Whoopee.
I haven't found a decent loot drop. Yeah, on here.
Yeah. I haven't been hitting the red drops because we haven't been in an area that gives us a lot of red drops. Oh, nice pack of Carnos here. I'm noticing Carno Island keeps spawning aberrant Carnos.
I hit one. There's a metal door blueprint.
What?
I was gutted. Red drop that has a flipping metal door blueprint in it.
There's a Scorpion level 120 somewhere in the mix. Probably about to die, that Carno. Oh, there it is. Oh, actually, yep. Oh, oh. Oh, actually, I might kill the Carno. Good on you, level 120 Scorpion. Even with the Carno's buffs from that mod, you're still winning it. Oh, hello. That's not too bad a level.
Tell you what we could do with.
Hmm.
A nice level Sabertooth and put a teleport down at the Chitin Cave.
Is there a Chitin Cave?
Yeah, it's one near the volcano. Well, they called it the Chitin Cave because there's tons of scorpions and spiders in there.
Yeah, but there's also Arthropleura, which are kind of a big deal to deal with.
Don't have trouble with him if I'm not on foot. If I'm on foot, my armor goes bye-bye.
Well, the thing about Arthropleura that really sucks is that they have that damage that scales with your damage on your dino when attacking in melee. If you use a firearm and kill them from a distance, you're fine, but if you let them get in close and hit them with melee, then they deal damage to you. One thing I don't like about the... Okay, I know I keep dissing the Carno TLC, but one thing I don't like about it is that the bodies are really hard to harvest. You know how they all spaz out and like they get all floppy everywhere?
Yeah.
And they're really hard to harvest. Even the like wild Argies and stuff have a hard time harvesting them. But back to what you were saying about the Sabertooth, the only thing I'd say would be hard about that would be trying to find one that was high level that didn't just immediately die to, concentrated Argies.
I'd do it with an allergy. I'd go in, pick them up, and fly off, see what level they are, and if they're low level, kill them, and then do it again.
Oh! That was a decent level Carno. Let's just not tell Logan that we decided to start streaming this, yeah?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to know. This is my second tech Rex that I found in all of my time trying to tame Rexes on this island.
There's a few on there yesterday.
That's cool.
Day before, rather.
195 electronics if I harvest it with Artoria. That's not too bad. That's about 2
I
turrets.
spent like 5 hours crafting stuff last night.
That's another reason why I was really hesitant to stream this, is because sometimes we just sit down and let stuff craft. Especially since you can't go anywhere while stuff's crafting, because if you do, then you don't get the XP for crafting the items. Which is ridiculous, but...
You do. If you started it.
Oh, you do? I never do.
Yeah, because I was crafting gunpowder and spark powder the other day. Yeah. And I went out and gathered berries with the mammoth, and I got a level up while I was out there. And when I checked my XP, it was going up without doing anything, so I was getting the XP still.
Speaking of gathering berries,
You won't get the shed, but you get your anything you start crafting, you get the XP for it.
Well, that's good to know.
Which reminds me, actually, we need more narco berries for that.
You want to know how long it took to update that mod this morning for me?
Go on.
I started at around midnight, and around 3:30 it was finally done. I think something happened with the Steam file or something, because it was only like 60 megabytes. A 60 megabyte update shouldn't have taken that long. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, how long mine took?
Oh, how long did yours take? Sorry, I was looking at the chat. Someone put a beer emote.
2 minutes.
Yeah. My updates, they finish like
Downloaded
instantaneous.
while I was on Ark. So when I came off, all it had to do was validate it.
Yeah, what happens for me is it gets to like
handy.
it gets to like, 59 megabytes out of 62, and it'll sit there and stay there for like 3 hours, and then finally 3 hours later it'll finish the last like 2 megabytes of the update. But like, my god, does it take forever? And how mine works is I tell it to just go ahead and update games while I'm playing games, but it won't update them even though I have that setting allowed. So it's really frustrating. So I have to not play anything or do anything and leave my computer on while it updates stuff. So needless to say, I had a really boring morning when I woke up. Well, except for the blood on my pillow, but yeah. That's usual. You know what's good about the drops that come down on Carno Island?
What's that?
They allow me to pace myself and let stuff respawn instead of just running in circles constantly. You know what's really cool that I'm noticing out of the corner of my eye about the stream, though? I'm noticing that it's actually keeping up. Like, if I turn, it's almost instantaneous on the other monitor. Whereas before, when I first got here and tried streaming at 1080p like I did before, it was super delayed. And when I was at Bill's, it was delayed as well by like 30 seconds or so. But now that I'm streaming at 720p, it's actually pretty much instantaneous.
Oh,
Yep. Now, what sucks is everyone who's watching the stream has to watch at a lower quality than what I'm seeing, but, well, that's life sometimes. And there's literally no way I
that's
can fix
YouTube
that.
anyway, though, isn't it?
Well, it's not even YouTube. It's just the fact that my monitor is at 1080p, but I can't make the stream 1080p because the upload speed's not fast enough. The only way to fix that would be how did I not hit you? What? Yeah, the only way to fix that would be
Oh, it does work on there. Cool.
well, anyways, as I was saying, the only way to fix that would be to find a company that would have to come into the area because all the companies here don't provide good upload speed. So a new internet provider would have to come into the area and provide better speeds. But if they provide the same like cost, there's not a chance in hell because I am not paying $200 a month for slightly better upload speed.
Oh, forget that.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, my upload speed is 15 megabytes per second. Awesome. How much does that cost you? That must be like super cheap internet. Oh no, it's $200 a month, you know. Like you do, because everything in America is overpriced as hell.
Yep, pass.
It's so funny though because like oh yeah everything in America is pretty much made overseas these days because it's cheaper to make it overseas, but it costs more than it cost before, so it's cheaper to make and it costs more than it did before. Uh, so somebody's getting a really nice profit margin out of that, while the rest of us just pay egregiously overpriced for everything. I was gonna say since it's starting to get dark, I'm gonna head back to base, and then I checked the time and it's only 2 p.m. That's depressing. Why is it getting so dark?
I know, it's like, yeah.
It looks like it's sunset here. Like I'm just
Oh, it
chilling and
does when
it's.
I turn round, yeah.
Why does it look like the sun's going down at 2 p.m.? I know the days are shorter in winter, but I've never heard of that. Chomp. Whoa. Oh, that was a 112 RG, man.
We had the red sky, didn't we, the other day?
Yeah. I remember that. Oh, crap. You know, sometimes it's nice to just let Artoria do all the work, you know? All I have to do is just sit back and chill while she just handles all my problems. She is the best. The only thing she's struggling to do right now is eat a Carno body, which I don't blame her for because those Carno bodies are really freaking hard to hit. Oh, I've also encumbered myself by eating all of those birds.
Oh, there's a dollar.
Ooh, that's a nice pick. Yeah, it's better than what I got. Why not? I'll have to re-dye it when I get back to base, but meh. Oh yeah, we have an Alpha Tyrannus tooth now, don't we? So we could theoretically. Oh wait, no. What are we missing? We need the Alpha Mosa tooth, the Alpha Squid tentacle. I don't know why I'm trying to get all the stuff to fight the Ascension boss. We haven't even fought the first boss yet, but you know, it's just What else are we missing to fight
Do
the?
we need the alpha whale blubber, or is that for the
I've already killed the
one on the
alpha.
volcano?
I've already
Oh,
killed the alpha whale.
oh, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, so what happened was I found one at Herbivore Island that was in the little cove part, and I pulled out my pistol and I just shot it from the shoreline, and then I ran over to it on foot and grabbed the blubber out of it. All right, Artoria, time to get busy.
Diplos. Dilos, even.
Yeah, Diplos and Dilos are two different things.
Totally.
Yeah, one can't even deal damage, and one blinds you. Very different things.
I said Diplo because I was watching one fight at Spino the other day.
Yeah, I'll never understand why Wildcard thought it would be a good idea to add something to the game that can't deal damage.
This wild card.
They're like, yeah, it's a massive sauropod, but it can't deal damage. Why not? Because it's a pacifist. Then why does it attack you? Because it wants hugs. It wants to cuddle you. And you're just a mean person because you're murdering a pacifist who just wanted hugs and cuddles. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, Wildcard. Whatever you say. Good source of free prime meat when taming carnivores, though.
Flipping annoying Diplos. Just harvesting berries, they just come over and flipping nugget.
Yeah, they just come over and they just nudge you over and over again. They're like, give me snuggles. Give me them snuggles. And I'm like, first off, no. Second off, you're a dude. Double no. Third off, no. Why are you even trying to get cuddles from a small human? You're a freaking sauropod. You're huge. You're almost the size of the Bronto. And the Diplo is like, yeah, but I'm going to continue nudging you. Because why not? I got my breakfast here, so I'm trying to decide if I
Well,
want.
my hook's coming in the form of a pike.
Yeah, whenever Bill logs on, you just shove a pike in his face. Hello, good morning, it's nice to see you. Bill's like, what the hell was that for? You broke my armor. And we're like, yeah, he just wanted to show you our appreciation. Huh? Oh my god, the hitboxes on the Carnos is so annoying. Oh dear. You know what I don't get about the Carno TLC mod, in addition to everything else we've discussed?
Yeah.
Why is their roar so loud?
No idea.
They deal more damage than a Rex. They have an extremely loud roar. They are way more agile. Their health is lower, but at the same time, they have an ability to stun the enemy and prevent them from running away or catching up to you, and also causes percentage to your health instead of raw damage. So even if you had 2 million health, 100 Carno bites will still kill you.
More damage than a Rex, that's a bit daft.
Well, their bite damage is lower than a Rex, but they can do a charge attack, which does 10 times their bite damage. and the Rex is only slightly higher than their bite damage, so they deal almost 10 times more damage than the Rex's bite damage. Which is ludicrous to me personally. You know what? I haven't actually tested that since Carno Island's a bust. I'm gonna teleport back, and I'm actually gonna test on Logan's Carno versus my Rex the damage. Logan's Carno isn't nearly as beefed up as my Rex, though. Because Logan's Carno started out at a lower level and, you know, isn't a roided out T-Rex. Alright, so I deal 7.9k damage a bite. Let's go ahead and let's test on Logan's Carno. I don't even know how to do the charge attack.
All be C.
Nope, that's the roar.
Really?
Wait, is the charge attack literally just sprinting into something?
No idea. I don't use Carnos.
Because with the TLC, they've gained... Okay, that's a headbutt. That's a bite. So their bite is 3,436. How do you do this? If I had Logan on, I'd just have Logan do it. That's how you do it. Yeah, see, Logan's Carno, when you get your, when you get movement speed, does 10k damage a bite. And let me just check its health. Yeah, it's only got 5,000 less health than my T-Rex, and does, more damage than it does. I think they buffed the Carno a bit too much. The Carno should not be better than the T-Rex in terms of combat. I mean, why wouldn't you choose a Carno over a T-Rex with this TLC? They're more agile, they deal more damage, they're harder to hit. They have Carno saddles that are easier to farm, like the better saddles that have the higher armor. I still prefer Artoria. Artoria is still the queen. I don't care. She is best tame. Even though later on we're going to breed Rexes and Artoria is going to be obsolete. But let's just pretend like that's not going to happen. Because I don't want poor Artoria to be outdated.
She'll still have a place.
Yeah, she's just going to sit at the castle and do basically nothing at all. We can only bring 20 T-Rexes into the fight. Well, 20 tames. So we're probably going to want to bring 20 bred Rexes and not bring in Artoria, because bringing in Artoria is just sacking her off as cannon fodder.
Could stick her in a cryo pod and take her with you to the next server.
Wouldn't even have to stick her in a cryopod, just transfer her to the next server. The only problem I think about when going to the next server is, should we bring all of our utility dinos and our personal dinos and our bred dinos for boss killing? Should we bring all of that with us? Or should we be like, let's limit ourselves to one personal dino that we bring with us? And then it's like, what about utility? What about utility dinos? Do we bring any of them, or can like just someone pick one of those to be their personal dino that they bring?
I'd say one personal dino.
Just
and leave the rest.
All right.
Because if we take all utility dinos, we're not going to have to look for any.
Yeah.
And that's all for fun. I mean, it can be frustrating as hell.
It can be tedious when everything on the server is only level 16, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just mention that I really like these wings more than I should?
Artillery got plenty of meat on.
Yeah, the question is not does Artoria have plenty of meat? The question is how many times have I had to dump her inventory of meat because she got encumbered with it all?
Yeah, doing that with the RG yesterday. Oh, can it? Are you?
But yeah, no, when you're running around on Carno Island, especially, Artoria fills up on meat so fast.
Electronics, fabricator,
What are you crafting?
gunpowder.
Holy crap. Gunpowder is 8 XP per time? Or what's giving me 8 XP per time? Per tick?
The narcotic. I'm crafting narcotics as well.
Ah, that must be what it is.
The 15cc ones for the 30cc darts, which I still can't figure out how that happens.
How what happens?
How it goes from 15cc to 30cc.
Because you need 2 of them per dart.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you put 2 15cc's into one 30cc dart.
Still new to that one.
Yeah. It's really weird because it's like, well, why don't you just craft one 30cc narcotic? Why do you craft 2 15cc narcotics? It seems kind of weird to do that. It's a very roundabout way of doing it.
Spark powder.
When you make the 10cc dart with the 2 5cc darts, it makes sense because it's a 5cc arrow. So instead of having a 5cc and a 10cc narcotic, you just have the 5cc narcotic that works for both the 10cc dart and the 5cc arrow. But the 30cc dart only takes the 15cc, 2 of them, and the 15cc isn't used for anything other than the 30cc dart. I think it would make more sense if it was like, I don't know, the 5cc dart. If you take 6 of those and you get a 30cc dart, or not 5cc dart, but 5cc narcotic, take 6 of those to craft one 30cc dart, you know?
Yeah.
But then, of course, he'd probably use the argument, well, why wouldn't you just craft normal narcotic and just make the things with like 5 narcotic, 15 narcotic, 10 narcotic, and 30 narcotic? Why would you have another narcotic you can craft? It's definitely a very interesting way of doing it. I get to laugh though because you think the 30cc dart would be really overpowered for knocking stuff out, and then you realize there's stuff in this game that takes like 6 or 7 of those darts to knock out. That's not even like super high level or super dangerous. Like the Rex takes 5 or more.
It took 41 arrows yesterday. Well, I had that weird thing for about 6 of them where you're aiming over the cliff, but it actually hits the cliff.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm also noticing that my chibi got some XP, but not really that much from the Alpha Rex. I swear the Alpha Rexes were stronger. Like even though it was only a level 8, it shouldn't be, because Alpha Raptors. I've seen Alpha Raptors that were like level 50 that had 50k health. So to see an Alpha T Rex weaker than a low level Alpha Raptor was really weird. And I apologize to anybody trying to watch the stream and are getting bored by me just sitting here. I'm just finishing up breakfast real quick before I continue playing on.
should only be one thing stronger than a T-Rex.
What, the Giga?
Yeah.
And of course, we're talking about base stuff that you just find on the island. Obviously, the bosses are going to be stronger than a T Rex and a Giga.
Well, yeah. I was talking about just on the map.
Well,
The
okay.
bosses are out.
Well, then I have to raise a question to you. What about the Titano?
Uh, it's a good point actually. It's armor plated.
Not to mention, it's freaking massive and can destroy tech.
It certainly is.
It could destroy the highest building tier. Not to mention as well, also the Moza or the Tusoteuthis or the Plessy, but those are all ocean dinos. I don't think they fit in the same category because you couldn't have them
No.
fight a fair fight. You either have the Moza on shore dying because it's out of the water to fight the Rex, or you have the Rex in the water, which limits its mobility severely and ability to fight back. But if you look at their raw stats, I believe the Moza would possibly kill a Rex. I think if you could have a fair duel, because I think the Moza has higher health and damage, like base. I'll check real quick with Dodo Dex, but I'm pretty sure that the Moza has higher stats. The Susoteuthis is insane.
Land-based dinos.
Yeah. But once you start going over to like the other maps, then there's other stuff that is stronger than the Rex.
Yeah, they wrote Golem in that.
Alright, so if we're looking at a Mosasaur.
Well, pure the island, the only thing that should be stronger than a T-Rex is a Giga land base. In my opinion, anyway.
Holy shit! Well, that's insane. You know how I said I think the Moza has a higher damage than the Rex? The Moza has nearly double the damage of the Rex, actually.
Jesus.
Yeah, and that's base level at level 1. You can imagine just how out of hand that'd get. So, Dragon, what are your thoughts on the level system? Like how the wild dinos level up a raw number, whereas tame dinos level up a percentage?
Oh, that's just been the way it's always been, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's the way it's always been, but holy crap.
Oh,
I just checked the health of the Rex at level 1. So first off, the health levels up slower. Second off, the health is only a third of that of the Moza. So the Moza has 3 times the health and nearly twice the damage, and levels up faster every level. Holy crap. Wow, that's not a fair fight at all. Wow. I'm kind of curious. I know the Tuso can kill a Moza easy, but what's the Tuso's damage? Huh. That's unexpected. Would you like to know something very fascinating?
What's that?
The Tusoteuthis at level 1 deals the exact same damage as a T-Rex. The exact same. They're both 65 damage.
Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it?
It is.
It's a shame that my T Rex isn't 100 levels higher than what it is. Would you like to know why?
How's that?
Logan's Carno is, I believe, level 222. So if my Rex was 100 levels higher, she'd be 333. Yes, I have a simple sense of humor. Don't judge me.
Oh, you got tons of meat on you. There you go.
Can you believe we've already been going for 45 minutes?
I came on here about 9:30 last night. When I next looked at the clock, it was flipping 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, I was also thinking about streaming Total War Warhammer 2 because you know how I've been playing it in the morning when everyone else is busy.
Yeah.
I finally finished my Mortal Empire campaign as the Queen of the High Elves.
How did your game go where everyone declared war on you?
That's actually the same campaign that I was where I mentioned that where everyone was declaring war on me from all directions. The campaign finished. I was military allies with the top like 7 factions. So I was number two. Or no, I was number two, and from 3 to 7 were all my military allies, and the number one faction was my enemy. I was at war with. Funny thing about Mortal Empire, you don't have to win the war, nor do you have to be the strongest faction to win the campaign. Damn it. Nor do you have to be the strongest faction to win the campaign. The criteria to win the campaign are like capture certain cities and kill certain factions. And you might think, oh, as the High Elves, my faction would be to kill the Dark Elves, to kill the Warriors of Chaos, to kill the Skaven, kill the bad guys, right? Well,
Yeah.
actually, as the High Elves, I only had to kill the Cult of Pleasure, the which is Dark Elves. I had to kill the Scourge of Cain, which is like the first faction that when you first start playing, they're the very first thing you encounter, and they only have one army, so you kill them really quickly. And the like World Wanderers or whatever they're called. They're a tribe of humans that are chaos aligned. Needless to say, that was hell because they ended up being the last ones left. Not because they were the strongest. The entire game, their armies were getting killed by my allies, but their settlements were in the middle of like nowhere, and you'd have to cross the ocean, and you'd have to cross the snowy tundra, and all the while you're doing this, your armies are suffering attrition, but their armies don't suffer attrition. You think that's bad enough until you run into a Norskin bunch of guys who have mortars. Would you like to know something fun about the mortars that they use?
What's that?
They are probably the single best piece of artillery in the game because they are highly accurate and can one shot an entire unit formation if they hit and your unit formation is clumped together. If you're spread out long or like, you're in a single file line or you're spread out with along with, then you're fine. The mortar won't deal as much damage. But if you're like a compact square trying to hold a position or hold a choke point, that mortar will one shot your entire unit.
Ouch.
Keep in mind that you can only bring 20 units into a fight, and when they have 3 mortars that each have like 100 shots each, on top of that, they're highly accurate and almost never miss. It becomes really hard to fight them because you have to eliminate their mortars. But if you go to eliminate the mortars, you have to deal with everything else that's in the way. And you might think, oh, well, if they friendly fire with the mortars, so just get in close in melee combat, right? Well, you would think that until you get in close with melee combat and you're losing in melee combat, and the mortars aren't targeting your guys in melee combat. They're targeting your archers that are behind your guys in melee combat. The AI ain't stupid. And God forbid you leave even one unit alive in an army. The way that the Norskins work, they can completely rebuild their army from scratch while being on the move. So they can go from like a 1 width army to a 20 width army within 3 turns. So if you kill 19 of their units out of the 20 and you leave one unit barely alive,
Kill another 20.
yep, if you leave that one guy alive and let him escape, 3 turns later, you've got a full strength 20 width army to fight again. And keep in mind that unless you have certain like weapons and armors and buffs on your leaders, your army won't heal that fast. So the damages that you took in that battle will not have been replaced by 3 turns, and they'll have a fresh army. So you can see why this took me like 50 turns of just chasing this one goddamn army halfway across the map. And I finally got him down to one settlement. And I had 5 armies converge in that one settlement. And I lost 3 of my 5 armies. And the remaining 2 were critically wounded. Just taking one settlement because of all of the attrition and how quickly his army could rebuild from scratch and how durable his defenses were and the amount of goddamn mortars that I had to fight through. It was hell.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very fun.
To be fair, the 3 armies that I lost weren't my best armies. The hell? Oh, somebody's knocking. What a terrible time to choose to stream. Dragon, guess what I just found out just now?
What's that?
So apparently, all day today, there's gonna be roofers that are here because there's raccoons or big rodents or whatever the hell broke into our attic and keep fighting up in the attic every night, every couple nights or whatever. It's really loud. But they're gonna be here all day working on the roof right outside of my room. On top of that, the train always goes by every now and then, so I always have to mute the stream for the train. I'm gonna try and keep streaming, but it's very possible that I'll have to abruptly end the stream because there's so much construction and trains going by and all of that that it's just I'll have to end the stream. I hope that's not the case. Not that I've been doing much, but I'm almost done with my breakfast. I'd hate to finish breakfast and then find out that I should have just not started streaming in the first place. Yeah. I gotta tell you what though, I think Total War Warhammer 2 would be a lot more fun if I had someone that I could actually play it with. Because Bill won't touch it because he says it looks like a stupid game. You won't touch it because it's a Total War game.
Stream it, I'll watch it, and then I'll say.
Yeah, all right. Well, I was planning on streaming it anyways, not today, but I was trying to decide what day do you think I should stream it on? Do you think I should stream it on Sundays?
Yeah, you can do.
Because I was thinking
You
Sundays.
tried 7 Days to Die yet?
What, like to see if that graphic glitch is gone?
Yeah, download the start a new random world. And
I haven't played
see if
7
it's
Days to
turning
Die
on.
since we started the Ark server.
Oh, neither have I.
And frankly, because they're moving on to Alpha 20 in the near future, I'm just going to wait till Alpha 20 comes out. Because we were already going to have to start over our playthrough for Alpha 20, right? So we might as well just wait till
Yeah, it
Alpha
makes
20 comes
sense.
out. And maybe when Alpha 20 comes out, we'll be able to get a little bit more than 0 people watching the stream. Because the new Alpha will be out and people will be checking out with the new Alpha ads.
Yep.
Yep. They said they're laying the groundwork for AI to be in the game. AI humans. Obviously, zombies are already in the game, but they're talking about adding bandits and stuff. They're not going to add it in Alpha 20, but they're going to add some of the coding and foundation for the bandits. And
That should be interesting.
if I remember correctly, they haven't implemented this yet, I believe. But they were also discussing adding it so that zombies that are like normal zombies can drop to the ground and climb through like half block gaps. So if you have a half block gap, zombies can climb through it.
No, we don't have any of them anyway, so it's not a problem.
Well, yeah, but it's like, if you have a block breaks out on the bottom or whatever, the entire horde will crawl through the gap, which I think is kind of
Yeah,
cool because it
that'd
makes
be
the
fun.
zombies more of a threat. It makes the zombies more of an actual threat and not be as stupid. Because normally zombies will just run into a wall and not do anything, but if they start like actively being like a fluid going through stuff, that'd be really cool. Kind of like how what was that one game, like World War Z game that was kind of like a Left 4 Dead style game where the zombies, it was like thousands of zombies on screen and they moved like a fluid over everything.
Yeah. Little pyramids.
Yeah. I think it's cool when
Played
they
that a
have
little bit.
complex AI in games like that.
Quite enjoyed that. Wasn't that bad.
I know a lot of people gave it crap because it was basically just a Left 4 Dead style
I
game.
think I think it'll get tedious after a while.
Yeah, I will say though, it's kind of weird to think about, but you talk about like game companies and stuff that do stuff like the AI in their games, and they say, "Oh, the AI is like this because of gameplay hardware restrictions, right? Like the game
Yeah.
can't run the AI." And then you look at a game like Left 4 Dead. In Left 4 Dead, zombies would climb through windows. They would climb, like some of them would climb up the sides of walls and stuff. So the AI was there for that freedom of mobility like that for the zombies. So it's not
Yeah, I
like it's
played a
some
little bit
new
of Left 4 Dead. I didn't
breaking
play
age.
much, so.
Yeah. I played a bit of Left 4 Dead 2. I never played the first game. Oh, hey, Bill finally added the teleporter to his house. I'm actually going to go to his house and see what it's like. Get out of the... I just realized that my... Okay. I'm going to teleport on foot, not with Artoria, because I just realized that he might have been stupid and put the teleporter inside of his house.
Yeah.
The last thing I need is Artoria getting
That'd be
split in
something
half.
that Bill does. Oh, rare flowers are short.
Um...
You got any?
What?
Seriously? We've got no rare flowers whatsoever?
Huh? I think I might have just crashed. Because I can't do anything on my hotbar.
Huh.
You know another game that I got and I got all the DLC for, but I've yet to play on a computer?
I can't access the preserving bin.
Ah, crap. Did I just crash the server trying to teleport to Bill's house? Did that just happen?
I have no idea.
Yeah, just Bill gets on. Yeah, we tried to teleport to your house and the server crashed. What did you do? Oh,
I'm frozen.
there we go. The bird stopped, so. What the hell did he do?
Anyway, while it sorts itself out, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, holy shit. What did Bill do?
See if it'll unfreeze. Oh, what's Castle Hellfire before I forget again?
Oh,
That
that's the castle, yeah. And it's not Hellfire, it's Helltaker.
Oh, it was yesterday I checked. Slept since then.
It's inside the castle, but there's obviously enough room. Oh man, now I have to wait for the. Well, this is annoying.
There we go. Kicked out.
And I can't even rejoin right away because of the it still says we're in the game, so I have to wait for it to say 0 of 2 in the game.
Oh, well, I'll be back in a minute anyway.
All right. Man, today is just not my day. This is going to take a minute. So I guess I better just browse stuff on my phone while I wait for the damn loading. Hell, by the time this finishes loading, I'm probably going to have to shut off the stream anyways. Long load times with nothing to do. But this is what happens when the freaking thing crashes. God damn it. At least now I have a stream that I can be like, this is why I put off streaming Ark so long.
Yeah, so slow it happens when you first stream it.
Not only that, but also the roofer thing happening and man. We're only an hour.
Can't have creators fighting in your roof. Love.
Could I just mention as well that, like, if I were to only stream an hour of Total War Warhammer 2, I would finish a campaign in maybe a year. Because I had every other objective done except eliminating that one faction. And I logged on this morning to finish that faction off. I sent all of my military allies to attack the bases that were farthest away from me, right? So I eliminated all of their faraway bases. And then I went for an island that had 3 bases on it, and I took that island. It was a slog, and I had to fight tooth and nail for it, but I finally got it. And Then I had to launch a naval invasion of a zombie pirate island, which, by the way, that was actually really fun. And at the same time, hell. There's a base that's like out in the middle of the ocean, and just so you know, the ocean is an attrition zone. Like the snow is an attrition zone. The ocean is attrition. Some parts of like the forest are attrition because your troops get lost in the forest. Open plains don't give you attrition. Most forests don't give you attrition. Oh hey, I logged in and I'm at Bill's house. Isn't that nice?
Imagine if it was Bill's house that crashed it. Every time he teleports there, we get kicked out.
Oh my god, don't even start. I see Bill is absolutely shit at placing walls, as usual.
Does he use S plus or does he use normal?
He used a mix. He used both.
What?
Yeah. I thought about it because I was like, oh, these walls are put on backwards, and I went outside and the walls were still showing like proper walls. And I went in here and I looked at it, and yeah, he used both S plus and base game walls to build his house. So his house looks really spotty, and like some parts have wood beams, some parts are just stone. Some parts look like they're placed backwards, and some are actually placed properly. He's got this crappy little porch area for his bird that like half of it is railings and the other half of it is just walls.
Huh?
He's got a water tap that looks like it's compensating for something because it's just poking straight up in the air, about the height of 2 walls on top of each other.
Huh.
Oh, also, Bill doesn't know what a comma versus an apostrophe is because he keeps putting a comma, condor, comma, S place.
Hmm.
His place is down by what the hell?
Where is it anyway?
Let me check the map. You know that little on the west side of the map where it's that little inlet kind of area where it goes in? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, he built his house on like almost the tip of that. So at 70 latitude and maybe like 12 longitude is where his house is.
You know what the best thing about Awesome Teleport is this?
That it gives you the coordinates of where it is, so I could have just looked at that.
No. We don't have to walk the dinos to a tower.
Oh yeah, because we can teleport straight to the obelisks even without putting a teleporter down. Which is convenient as hell.
Rex is getting stuck in flipping on a twig.
I'm sure what you could do is ow, my ear. I'm sure what you could do in like a base game is actually wait, no, that would require you to actually beat the bosses beforehand. I was gonna say you could put down that big fuck off teleporter, but you would just put pillars and ceilings and then make a little bridge to the obelisk. And then I realized that would require you to beat all 3 bosses and farm them for element in order to do that.
Yeah.
Well, you could still use it to beat the bosses after the fact. All right, Condor's place. 68.9, so 69.13. I was 1 off on the latitude and longitude. Are you fucking kidding me? It was 69 and 13, and I said 70 and 12. But yeah, his house. Also, something that I really don't like about Bill's house is, or Bill, whenever he builds stuff, is he puts everything as windows. You ever notice that whenever he builds a house that, like, every wall is a freaking window?
Yeah. I've done places where every other wall was a tall window, but that was just for, like, the centre. There was a waterfall right outside where I built. So I did that so I could see it.
You know those Zen lamps that I put up outside the base?
Yeah.
He put a bunch of those up around his house. That's how he did his interior lighting, was his little Zen lights. Not how I would have done
What's in there,
interior
but
lighting, but okay. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just you have so many other lighting choices. It's kind of weird to do the Zen
across
lighting.
that bridge where I come to, I did place S plus foundations down last night to get a basic shape. Now replace them with CKF when I get round to it.
I still get to laugh. Yeah, hey Raven, go and build your personal house. I go and build an entire fortress. Ah, there we go. It looks dashing, doesn't it? You know what I really need to do, though, is I need to go and put teleporters in all the caves.
No, you should put a couple down.
Yeah, we have the one inside of the cave closest to the church, and we have one inside the lava cave, or not inside, but outside the entrance to the lava cave, because we barely got into the lava cave. Remember when all three of, or not all three of us, Logan, Bill, and I all tried. One sec. Hiccups. But yeah, the three of us tried to go inside the lava cave. He had his Carno. Bill was on the frog, and I had. What did I have? Oh, I had the direwolf, right? So all three of us, we try and go into the cave. We get like literally to the first batch of enemies, and we're already having trouble. We were having trouble dealing with the very first batch of enemies at the entrance to the cave. Before you even get to the lava, before you get to all the parkour, before you get to the big open caverns with way more enemies, that first little pocket is what nearly killed all three of us.
When was that?
When Logan, Bill, and I went into the lava cave.
I don't remember that.
I don't know if you were online. I think you were online at the time. I got stuck inside of the raft. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I really do. We have so many unfinished projects that we really need to fix up. Like we've got the I think I'm not going to make that a battleship. I think it's silly to call it a battleship, given that it's going to be a big flat deck thing with like little AA turrets on it, like how an aircraft carrier looks. But yeah, we need to get the aircraft carrier done, which I still think looks a bit too wide. I like how Bill was like, no, you need to make it way wider. And I'm like, I don't know. I think it looks too wide as it is. Because of how long it is, it's like short and stubby. And then this one, the one that it was the experiment to test out the raft building mechanics. I don't know if we're ever going to finish. I don't think we're ever going to do anything with this raft. This raft is just to make sure that the building mechanics work.
Yeah, it does look a bit too wide.
That's what I'm saying. You can teleport out to it. It's one of these teleport things here. It looks so stubby because of how short it is compared to how wide it is.
What's divine purpose?
That's the that's the boat. And if you think this looks short, I think it's only going to go up like 3 walls. So it's not going to be very tall either.
What do you reckon? One off each side?
We could do one off each side. That would definitely make it look more, you know, aircraft carrier-ish. And the foundations would still cover the little pontoon things on the side. The only problem is I'd have to, because these are standard foundations, there's no way to pick these up. I'd have to demolish them, which sure would be a waste of cementing paste and metal.
Mm. You get off of it, but yeah, it will be a big loss. But yeah, it definitely looks too wide.
Because I can't make it any longer in either direction, because if I do, then it won't be able to go up in the air. It'll have to just be a flatbed like this if it's any longer. The only problem that we might run into if we make it not as wide is I see you're about to teleport. If we make it not as wide, what's going to happen when we build it up? Is it going to look really weird with how tall it's going to be? Is it going to be like it's too thin and too small that it's up in the air too much?
On the far side. We still have plenty of room to move around it.
Well, yeah, we'll still have plenty of room, but like I said, how weird is it going to look when we build the walls upwards?
Oh, you could use thatch and just test it.
Wouldn't even need to use thatch, just anything we could pick up. Here, let me go grab some structures.
Just move one foundation in, build them, and then see what happens.
I'm just gonna use the stone the villager walls because I've already got some of those made and they're super cheap to make. So if we lose some, it doesn't really matter.
We don't have many fair flowers left.
Really?
Yeah. 482 in the beehive and 11 in the... I have used some of making darts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that explains where they all went. It kind of sucks to get more, because to get more, you gotta take the stego to the swamp. Oop.
My least favourite place on the arc.
So you're not an ogre? You don't like your swamp?
No.
I still love the Shrek Easter egg on Ragnarok.
There's a Shrek Easter egg on Ragnarok?
Uh-huh. You can find his house and his outhouse as well on Ragnarok in the swamp.
I've never seen it.
Huh. I'm just trying to decide. I'm looking at the walls that I put down. What do you think?
I'm checking my extra levels.
You know what I just realized? I haven't even fiddled around with the Bronto since we fixed the structure limit issue. This is the Bronto back when we had structure limit. What you could do with the platform saddle. This literally reached structure limit, by the way.
Dang.
Okay, come up here on the Bronto. I think you get a really good view up here to see the boat. I think you can better appreciate it from up here.
Hmm. A lot more streamlined than it does at the moment.
Yeah. And like we said, there'd still be plenty of space. It'd be 5 foundations wide.
Yeah, I think that'll look alright.
So you just shave off the one foundation on each side?
Yeah. But make sure you definitely want to do it before you do it. Like I said, cementing paste.
I know. I'm just so
That was not a
indecisive
problem,
about the
but
damn
cementing
thing.
paste is.
Cementing paste wouldn't be a problem if we didn't have so many goddamn Dodorexes everywhere.
That also is very true.
Because the reason that the frog died when Logan crashed is because we have to set the frog on passive, because otherwise the frog will run away from you. If you just enable it to follow and just set it to, neutral or whatever, if you crash, you might drown, but the frog will protect itself.
You know, put one dino trackers on it if you're worried about finding it.
Well, I mean, you could, but
Teleport them to you then, can't you?
yeah, you can. The only problem is we're just worried about the dino tracker thing getting as crowded as the current teleporter system is. I'm sure you've noticed there's a lot of teleporter options these days, and we're not even like halfway done with putting teleporters down yet.
Yeah.
Granted, there is a search option, so whenever you want to find somewhere, just be like, Helltaker, there you go, there's the castle. Or if you didn't know what the name of the castle was, just castle.
Oh, they are just don't need them. You just put one of them pigeon wings on it.
Yeah. Well, my RG is still really nice to have it because I teleport my RG inside of the buildings where it can't get to, and I just load it down with shit because of its carry weight. Basically, I use it as a backpack so I can carry more than I actually can.
Nothing wrong with that.
I may be hardcore abusing the teleporter mod, but we have it, so I might as well abuse the crap out of it, right? I was especially doing that when we only had like freaking 200 carry weight because of official server stats before we fixed the stat thing. Oh my
We've
god.
spent many hours running around. people flying around.
Not to mention, I've played this game longer than any of you, so I especially am like, I've seen enough, especially of the island.
Yeah, I was arguing for a long time about it.
I'm glad that there was that setting that let us build farther out. I wish I wish that setting also applied to the bubble, because it lets you build further out from the boat, but it still doesn't let you build really that much further out, because even if you put it to like 10 times further out, it's only going to let you build out like twice as far out as you could normally build out. And height wise, the if you try to build out the full like twice distance, you can only go up 2 or 3 walls, and then you hit the ceiling, what you can do on your platform. At least on the standard, well, I say 2 or 3 walls, more like 4 walls, but that's on a standard raft. I just wish that platform saddles didn't have that limit around them. I wish that they did something like it was a weight limit, or that they did something like it was just an infinite free build thing. You could build off and expand your raft. Because you know how the game Raft works? That game where it's like in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah.
It'd be cool if it was like that, where you could just like build off, and like this one guy built a staircase. Well, he said to the moon, but he didn't actually go all the way to the moon. But he built a staircase like really, really high in the sky. The staircase went on for so long that the original raft went out of render distance. So you were just on a staircase in the clouds, and you couldn't see the You couldn't see where the staircase ended. You were just on a floating staircase. Like, imagine if Ark let you do that. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Even the raft that we've built, the only reason that we've been able to build the raft that we've built is because we exploited the game. You're not supposed to be able to build larger than the base platform. There's nothing base game that lets you build out past the base platform. You can't add like raft extensions or anything that make it a bigger platform to build on out at sea. You have to rely on exploits. Which, thank fuck, they never patched that. Can I just add? They've tried to patch that out of the game so many times. And every time they do, I'm just like, Wildcard, can you fuck off? This is one of the exploits we actually like. Fix one of the things in the game that, like, crashes the server or does terrible things. Stop taking away the shit that's actually nice. Or if they want to...
Not the truth.
If they want to patch out the ability to make a raft bigger than the freaking 2x2 standard raft, then add like raft extensions or something. Add like like specific ceilings that work for the raft that count as foundations, because they're like floating foundations the way the raft works, right?
Yeah.
But Wildcard doesn't want to do that because, that would be too cool. Even if they did do it, they'd probably still keep the bubble implemented, so you wouldn't be able to do anything with the raft extension, because the goddamn bubble would mean you couldn't build that far out anyways. Like I said, when they first tried to launch the... Damn it. Yeah, like I said, when they tried to launch Atlas, they should have tried to launch Atlas as like a DLC map for Ark base game, with like all the boats and the naval expansions and stuff. That would have been really cool, and Atlas would have performed a lot better than trying to abandon Ark completely and go off to do Atlas.
Yeah.
That was definitely a whoopsie on Wildcard's part, since they've now abandoned Atlas pretty much. I gotta say, with how much Ark took off, I'm surprised Atlas was abandoned so quickly, but, it was, yeah.
Well, I did a trial of it and it was laggy and... What I didn't like is you had to eat like 4 types of food.
Oh yeah, because that was one of the games. That was when dietary started becoming a really big thing. Like how Green Hell does it. You have to match your 4 different types of foods. Do we not have any cooked meat in any refrigerators or preserving bins?
Yeah, there's one full of it.
Is there?
Yeah, top one, I think.
Oh, okay, that's why I couldn't find it, because I have to jump to get it.
Or stand on the stairs.
Oh,
That's how I do it.
that's a good point, actually. Why didn't I think of that?
So I think it wasn't you that stacked them on top of each other then.
No, that was definitely not me. I didn't even know you could stack them on top of each other until someone did that.
Must have been Bill then. Because I didn't know either. I always put them side by side.
God damn it, and now I'm starting to get tired. This is why I haven't been playing the last few days. Because I keep...
Actually, I'll leave this simple rifle ammo in this forge. In this smithy.
What the hell is wrong with the smithy? There we go.
Nothing, why?
Every time I jump on top of it, my screen starts vibrating violently. Alright, well I can hear them starting to work on stuff through my headphones, and my eyes are starting to feel heavy, which is ridiculous because I have only been awake for like 10 hours. But I think since they're doing all the work, I'm gonna go
for a bit.
Yeah, I might as well, because they're working on the stuff outside. They're gonna be working all day, so I don't even know if I'll come back.
How damaged is your roof?
Huh?
How damaged is your roof?
There's multiple breach points where whatever the hell was up in the attic was up in the attic. I think they said there's like 2 or 4 somewhere. It's not like dozens. There's only like 2 or 4. Oh, time to end stream.